Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. As life finally slows down between Christmas and New Year, we're more likely to take the time to curl up and watch a whole movie. Followers of my YouTube videos might particularly appreciate the following comfort and joy chestnuts. The list includes mostly films that are psychologically rich and look at love, especially appropriate to the season. Anyway, these films are old chestnuts, but not so old that they feel dated, such as like classics like A Night to Remember or It Happened One Night. And lest the list be so idiosyncratic to my taste that it's just too idiosyncratic to my taste, I'm including only films that have high user ratings on Amazon Prime. They have an average user review of 4.5 or higher. And in total, the 21 movies have an average rating of 4.8 out of 5 points, out of 5 stars. Anyway, the first is The Sound of Music. It has it all: supreme music, acting, a love story that we care about, and a powerful anti-Nazi message. Fiddler on the Roof, it's another music and humor disguised examination of a tough psychological issue: parents seeing their children adopt values that are very different from their own. Moonlight. That's a coming-of-age story of a black gay guy triumphing over his drug-infested neighborhood. It won the Oscar for Best Picture of 2016. Annie Hall. Neurotic Jew Woody Allen and insecure Midwesterner Diane Keaton. A match made in heaven? Not quite. A psychotherapist would have had a field day with those two. Indeed, Allen's character is in his 15th year of psychoanalysis. He said, "I would have killed myself, but I was in analysis with a strict Freudian, and if you kill yourself, they make you pay for the sessions you miss." We laugh and maybe nod wryly. The American Film Institute rated it the second funniest romantic comedy of all time. They called Charlie Chaplin's City Lights number 1. E.T. E.T. represents the other, forbidding, yet when you get to know him, he's wonderful. Were it be so easy in real life. Masterfully rendered by Steven Spielberg. Parasite. This upstairs-downstairs Robin Hood-esque black comedy is about a poor family that inveigles itself into working for a rich person's family. That movie won the 2019 Oscar for Best Picture. Hachi. Even if that wasn't a very highly rated dog movie, Pit Bulls couldn't keep me from putting it on my list. It's about the power of love and loyalty. When Hachi's owner stroked out at work, guess how long Hachi waited for him at the train station? 10 years. I named my doggy, you guessed it, Hachi. By the way, I probably should have told you I'd given something as a spoiler alert, but that doesn't detract from the movie at all. When Harry Met Sally, written by Nora Ephron and starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, it addresses, without giving pat answers, to the question, can a man and woman who are sexually attracted be just friends? And that, interestingly, it also intersperses scenes of older married couples. Forrest Gump. That's an early entry into the disabled are worthy category. Forrest Gump wears leg braces and is, quote, slow-witted, end quote. Here's a spoiler alert. Yet he ends up as an all-American football player who meets President John Kennedy, after which he joins the military, saves lives, and gets the Medal of Honor from Lyndon Johnson. He then buys a shrimping boat and gets wealthy. All that may strain credibility, but hey, we're entitled to a feel-good movie, especially around the holidays, when such movies have plenty of company. For example, in It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart is inspired to take down a bank by an angel. Mary and Max. This animated adult film, I don't mean adult as in sex, I mean for adults. Film again honors the challenged. In this case, 2 obese people, one with autism, and it also explores issues of anxiety, depression, and suicide. Silver Lining Playbook. This is another positive portrayal of the mentally ill. Bradley Cooper, who has bipolar disorder, is released from a psychiatric hospital. Jennifer Lawrence, who has an unnamed disorder, convinces him that their healing could be helped by entering a dance competition. As Good as It Gets. This is yet another optimistic look at a mentally ill person. Jack Nicholson, who has OCD and is homophobic, is shown the path to love by a gay guy who introduces him to Helen Hunt. Spoiler alert. The complicated relationship ends with Jack and Helen walking down the street, and he steps on a pavement crack, which was one of his former fears, yet this time he merely shrugs. The Before trilogy has got three different movies: Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. In Before Sunrise, 2 strangers, Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, meet on a train in Vienna. going to Vienna, and they agree to spend their last 12 hours together anonymously in Vienna in an attempt to know each other without constraint. At the end, they agree to meet again in 6 months. In the sequel, in Before Sunset, they meet 9 years later. In Before Midnight, they meet 9 years after that. And that final part of the trilogy explores long-term relationships, family, and aging. The Prince of Tides. In that one, Nick Nolte tries to deal with his southern dysfunctional family with the help of psychiatrist Barbra Streisand. That movie is adapted from Pat Conroy, my favorite author's screenplay and book of the same title. The Illusionist. This well executes the time-honored romantic theme of two would-be lovers separated by social class. The poor guy is a magician, and ghostly machinations intervene. Like water for chocolate. In this fantastical story, what they call magical realism, of unrequited love, a woman, Tita, sublimates her passion into cooking. Her complicated relationship with her mother makes for a spicy stew of a movie. Titanic. Winner of 11 Oscars, including Best Picture, this is another attempt by rich and poor to couple up. This time it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet on the doomed ship. A sub-theme is another common one, the limits of technology. Ironically, the film, at the time, was noted for its cutting-edge use of technology. By the way, you should know that its running time is 3 hours. Love Actually. That's 10 separate relationship stories played out over the last 5 weeks before Christmas. Now, some critics dismiss it as a cheeky confection, but audiences tend to love it, especially around the holidays. And finally, Sleepless in Seattle. A lonely man, by chance, ends up meeting the girl of his dreams. Yeah, I know it's sappy, but we're allowed, right? Especially around the holidays. Anyway, in any event, watching a great movie is one of life's simpler pleasures, made even easier today thanks to streaming. We can, in the comfort of our home, wearing what the heck we want, curl up. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I wish you certainly a very happy holiday or Christmas or whatever. These days we have to be so careful here in the Bay Area. I end up having to say, have a rewarding year end, because there are even some people who don't celebrate the holidays. But I digress. Anyway, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.